My Vexers, Vexingtons, and newcomers alike. You guys came here to watch my stream? Which will also be turned into a YouTube video. Man, that's crazy. Well, now that you're here, I have joining me Mr. Vast, Mr. Simster, and we're going to be reacting to some YouTube videos. Now, I was going to be playing Until Dawn, but yeah, I had a little performance issues there, so which included like infinite loading screens and a lot of frame drops and stuff like that. So yeah, so I had to set that aside, and I'm probably just gonna be doing mostly video reactions, possibly Roblox games, and I don't know, I guess other games that my computer can run. So yeah, and that being said, we're gonna be reacting to, once again, food related videos. It's gonna be pretty interesting. I got like hours and hours of videos to react to, so it's gonna be quite intriguing. But in that being said, if you guys happen to watch the stream and like what you see, then if you don't mind, make sure to follow me, and also follow Mr. Vast too, you know, because he also streams not very often, but when he does, it's pretty entertaining. Alright, and also check out our YouTube content as well. And if you happen to like what we put down, then if you don't mind, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys know as soon as our videos are made available, and so that YouTube algorithm finally accepts us. Well, now that I said all that, let's actually get right into it here. So these are the vids we're reacting to here. So basically they're in order from, you know, the shortest time to the longest. So we got one video here at the very end. It's almost an hour long. So, but there's quite a few videos that are extensive in duration. So yeah, pretty much all related to food. Like, we got some crazy ones here, like the Gen Z health epidemic. We got one here, like 9-year-old girl eats 10,000 calories a day. Like, what the most unhealthy foods in the world. We got I'm fat but I only eat veggies. What the deuce? The rise of child obesity, America's most obese town. Yeah, like a lot of crazy stuff we're gonna be reacting to. So let's actually get right into it. So the first one, of course, Orange Peanut. You know, I like this guy. I like watching his videos. He's good content. So let's actually get right into it here.
How are you holding up, Administrator?
What is this? Another anime game?
Hello everyone, I have shown you the king of gluttony.
Moo, today for breakfast we have 24 Krispy Kreme donuts.
The queen of gluttony. Oh, that's a lot of ranch. Oh, more? Okay, great. Ooh, yeah. But today it gets much worse. There is a community of gluttony out there. And I don't know what happened. They started popping up like, you know, whack-a-mole. Like every time you whack one, another one pops up. That is what is happening with these fat people.
Mister, you seen this? Mister!
Oh shit.
Yeah, I already did the... Yeah, alright. You're watching, Mister? Yeah. Video reactions. You gotta do some commentary too, man. Bruh. You gotta bring yourself back into the game, bruh.
I got a cat.
What? Alright, we're just gonna continue the video.
We're sitting down and eating disgusting amounts of food and filming it. It is insane. So it all started when I found this account called Crunching with Kai, and if we look at a video here,
this dude,
she's just like a ridiculous
oh my
amount
gosh,
of
bro.
Chipotle,
look at this,
nacho cheese, sour cream, and she's shoving it into what looks like hot Cheetos on top of Doritos Locos Tacos. Unbelievable amount of food. Nobody in the world should be eating that because, you know, for as long as it takes you to eat, maybe 30 minutes, it's going to take 10 times as long coming out in the toilet, obviously. But she's not going to eat all that, right? Let's look at the next slide. Oh,
I mean, for that amount of food, I mean, if it's a cheat day, then yeah, of course you can eat those calories. But if you're to eat more than a day, like eating that amount of calories, you're definitely gonna be gaining a lot of weight. I mean, you're gonna gain weight after that whole day of eating so much calories, but it's just like it's pretty much just excess weight, like like fluid retention, fecal matter. But that should go away in like few days. But if you're to eat like this every day, yeah, you're gaining a lot of weight, a lot of fat, and as I said before, fluid retention and fecal matter. So you definitely don't want that, and obviously it's gonna affect your health in the long run.
She's eating it. And what's particularly shocking to me is she doesn't.
Well, of course she's gonna eat it. Like she already prepared all that stuff, and of course she's gonna be gorging on it. Like that's kind of the whole point of the video.
Doesn't even appear to be enjoying it. Like the other people in their mukbang videos are like, so good, I love this, and then she's just sitting there, stone cold, no emotion, just shoving the Takis, hot Cheetos, and whatever the hell else this is.
Damn, that combination, bro. She's gonna have explosive diarrhea. Golly.
Down. It's incredible to me. And yes, there's other stuff too. There's this one, which looks like the exact same thing she just ate, but she's wearing a different shirt because this is a different day. She got another bowl of Chipotle, more Takis, more hot Cheetos, and more Doritos Locos Tacos. You would think after the first time you would never want to eat it again because I don't even want to, like, fuck the weight gain. What does the toilet look like? That's what I want to know. Let's take a
You wanna know what the toilet looks like? Why? I don't want to know. It's obviously gonna be an absolute disaster, bro. Like, come on now. It's gonna be exposed to diarrhea. It's gonna shoot straight in there, and it's gonna splatter like all over the toilet and past the toilet too. Like, yeah, my gosh, man! All those combinations of food put together, yeah, it's gonna definitely lead to some interesting outcomes.
look here. She got more Chipotle. Can I point out, by the way, just quick sidebar, the whole Chipotle became a thing because they wanted to make healthier fast food. You know, it's like real ingredients, stuff like that. It's supposed to be healthier. And then there is these people sitting down and being like, I'm gonna pour a whole jar of nacho cheese, a whole tin can of sour cream. I don't think they're in tin cans, but whatever. And everything else to make this as unhealthy as possible. Like, they're ruining Chipotle.
And this is why you should just go to the grocery store, buy the ingredients, and make the food that you want. Okay? Because, like, even with Chipotle, like, and like with any fast food or restaurant, they don't really truly care about like calories and health, right? They just care about the food tasting good, and that's what sells, right? Tasty food, right? So, like, I mean, even eating healthy food, like if you eat too much of it, you're still gonna gain weight. And since most people don't, like 99% of the population don't track their food, they don't know how much calories they're putting in their bodies, right? Which is obviously can lead to excess energy, as in stored fat. So yeah, pretty much anything that's healthy you can make absolutely disgustingly unhealthy.
And then we got here, I don't even know what the hell this is. This looks like French toast sticks on top of a Chipotle bowl. And again, crunching with Kai is just absolutely dumb.
Oh, and by the way, I don't know most of these food menus because I don't really go to any of these restaurants or fast food places. So anything like any food menu item that you see here, like I'm not really gonna know what it is. I'll probably just be able to name like the ingredients that's in it, like avocado and like chicken and stuff like that, but not like the actual food menu item.
Demolishing it. And again, dead eyes. No happiness, no sadness, no emotion whatsoever.
It's got them dark circles too.
Steak, cheesy burrito.
Who are you? Unless she pulled a Michael Jackson on us. This is a different lady.
We have that. Some cheese. Bam.
And
It's
again,
obviously a
here's
different
my
lady.
thing. Why do people need more on burritos? Burritos are awesome. They're tortillas stuffed with everything you could ever need. You know, you got your meat, your beans, your rice, your cheese, your sour cream. But for whatever reason, these fat asses are not satisfied with burritos as they are.
Okay, easy now, Orange Peanut. But anyways, people just want more than what they have, right? So, of course, when you achieve something in life, you know, after having something that you've, you know, like you worked your way up to earn, eventually it doesn't have the same effect when you first achieved it, right? So in this case, it comes with food, right? You got this delicious burrito filled with all the sort of stuff, but what can we make it? We can make it a little better, you know? Like how can we make it more unhealthy by adding more stuff to it, right? So, I mean, in this sense, it's, you know, could be applied with food as well, just like with anything else, right? Always have more.
And then pour stuff
More,
on
more,
top.
more.
But again, a whole different lady. This is, if you include the Queen of Gluttony, who I already made a video about, this is now 3 fat women who destroy burritos. And, ugh. Yes, the first bite would be delicious. I'm not denying that. But any more than that, and you're falling on the floor. And the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Oh, this is Taco Bell. Yeah, for sure getting explosive diarrhea.
As they say. Again, like, the burrito would have been fine on its own. You didn't need to shove on more nacho cheese. But okay, so we have the first lady, this Spanish lady, and then I scrolled again.
So excited.
Who are you? This lady is trying a 7-bite challenge where you eat a Chipotle bowl in 7 bites.
First bite.
At least she's enjoying it. The other lady was like dead in the eyes, but she's definitely enjoying this. So now, by this count, I'm not great at math, but we are up to 4 fat ladies recording.
I mean, yeah, for like bigger people who are addicted to eating foods, of course, that's how they got big in the first place. Yeah, basically food is like sex to them. It's like a drug. They can't get enough, right? So as I said before, like in the previous streams, like like food is basically like the worst kind of addiction because with food you need it to live, right? And you know, with the companies like these fast food chains, any of these places that sells unhealthy food, like they just care about the food tasting good. And if it tastes good, it sells, and it sells a lot, and people get addicted to it, right? But none of these foods are satiating, right? I mean, I guess it depends on what you order, but usually people just order stuff because, you know, it's tasty, right? Not because it's filling and nutritious. So, yeah, for these people who are on the bigger side, yeah, they're gonna keep eating and never be satisfied with what they have.
Themselves eating Chipotle, okay? Okay? 4 is a lot. It's not the most in the world, but it's a lot. So, quiz. Orange Peanut subscriber quiz. What do you guys think happened when I scrolled down from here? Was it over?
Nope.
Who are you? What are you doing? Also, how much goddamn sour cream or queso is in that Chipotle bowl for it to look like cottage cheese soup? I don't even want to know. But who are you? 5.
I mean, if that truly is cottage cheese, which is what it looks like, or maybe something else, but it's cottage cheese is super high in protein, so at least she's getting her protein intake in. But I mean, doesn't seem like she's working out, so that protein is going to waste. And just so you know, like protein can be converted into like carbs and fat, so I guess all that protein that she's consuming is getting stored as excess energy, as in fat. So I digress.
5 fat ladies destroying Chipotle. Is this like a secret community of people I don't know about? Like just fat asses who sit down and eat Chipotle and record it? I don't like. My mind is boggled because if we remember when I made the video about the Queen of Gluttony, like I was like, this is insane. Who would do this? Apparently, a lot of people.
Of course.
Apparently, a lot of people enjoy doing this.
Well, most people in the world were like pretty much wherever you are, except like, you know, certain places like, you know, Vietnam where basically everyone's skinny, or Japan. Like either people are overweight or obese. Like it's getting to that point where like food is so addictive that like almost like every single person is just going to be overweight and obese, and we're not going to be able to stop it. Like we're pretty much at the point of no return, or maybe we're not, and you know there's some salvation in humanity. But like all it is just eating less, moving more, right? You burn those excess calories and eventually, you know, you be at a healthier weight and you'll feel better. If you eat more satiating foods, you know, get like some high protein diet, you know, moderate carbs, low fats, or maybe high fats, low carbs, or just moderate fats and carbs. You know, you're pretty much all set to go. Like just figure out your calorie intake. You know, get to 0.8 to 1 grams of protein per pound of body weight. You know, get around like a general rule is like 200 plus grams of carbs and 60 to 80 grams of fat. You know, you're pretty much all set there, right? And then you just have to decide like what foods you're gonna decide to eat, right? That can, you know, fill that macro profile and the caloric intake. So
We're up to 5 fat ladies sitting down,
experiment, trial and error.
destroying burritos and tacos. Surely there's not 6, right? Surely there is not 6. I'm going to close my eyes and swipe on my iPad.
There's gonna be 6.
Did it work? No, it didn't.
A few moments later.
Of course.
It's very, very good.
Yeah, no shit, it's good. It's a fried burrito that you shoved queso and guac on top of.
Yeah, I got that guac, bruh.
Why is their guac so good?
And can I ask, who are you? Who are you? We're up to 6 obese women sitting down in their kitchens or whatever with Chipotle burritos putting way too much on. 6! You could make an NBA team with a 6th man. You have a bench. I mean, obviously they couldn't play in the NBA because you know, their vertical might be 2 inches if we're lucky. Genuinely, what has happened to
Bro,
the world we live in where
this man is savage. But yeah, seriously, like they could just have, I don't know, they're adding additional stuff. Like if they're like adding stuff that's in the fridge, like outside of Chipotle, because I mean the food that they already ordered is enough, but they're just adding so much more. And as it says, like people just want more than what they have, right? Like what can be better by adding this and this? If I have this, you know, maybe I can work harder to get this or add this. It's just like, it's too much.
there is a community of disgusting Chipotle fat lady eaters. What in...
It's like, why have a Lamborghini if I can have a McLaren? Or instead of a McLaren, maybe a Koenigsegg. It's just like, what? Come on now. Or in this case, it's like, instead of having a 9-pound burrito, I can fill it with beans and all sorts of stuff on it, make it a 10, 15-pound burrito. It's like, what
the hell happened? Now, I have good news. That is the last one I saw. I couldn't look.
I mean, that was hyperbole, but you get what I'm saying.
I had to turn everything off and, you know, debate what the world has come to. People used to starve. People still starve, by the way, in, you know, impoverished countries. People don't have food sometimes. And I don't know what in the world, like, what kind of person do you have to be to say, oh, You know what? Here's the thing. Sorry to interrupt myself, but it's not like these people are foodies. They're going to exquisite cuisine. They're going to, foreign restaurants and trying out different foods. No, they're getting the same thing every time. You're not a foodie. You're a fat ass. That's the situation right here. I don't get it. I don't know what is so appealing about this lifestyle and the fact that they get millions and millions of likes. What is it? I don't get it. But hopefully one of you can explain this to me in the comments, because the sheer fat assery.
I don't know. I think it's just because people like to watch other people eat food. Like, I mean, like with the whole mukbang things, it went like viral. It went crazy, especially with Nakakado, right? I don't know. It's just people are addicted to watching other people eat, especially if you're somebody that's like in a diet. Like if you're dieting hard, like you start thinking about food, like really thinking about food. The leaner you get, so it's like me. When I'm in a calorie deficit, trying to get leaner and leaner, I start thinking more about food, and then I watch videos of people eating food because I know I can't eat, a lot of food since, getting leaner, got to eat less, or eat the same amount of food and, increase my energy expenditure. So, yeah. But of course, there's people who just really like food. They just really like eating it, and even like these people, you got people that are on a bigger side who like to watch other people eat food. It's just the way it is. I don't know. People like weird things.
Is ridiculous. Shut up. Okay. Yeah, that's
people
all
are
for
weird.
Today's video.
People are weird.
This is going to be my last fat people video, because I'm not here to bully. I'm just here to kind of, just have my mouth agape and question everything that's going on. But anyway, somebody explain this to me in the comments.
I don't know. He's pretty savage, bro. I mean, he was calling them fat asses, so. I mean, he's not wrong, but still, he didn't have to say it. It is what it is. All right, so we're gonna react to another orange peanut video right here. Wait, there. You can see a little better. I can't believe he's still doing this. With a shocked face. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. This guy, he's such a mood. Oh, if you ever seen this guy, you know what I mean. The reason why I'm saying that.
Before I start this video, I have a request for you guys, and it is to please stop posting pictures of me and James Bola kissing on the Orange Peanut Community tab. It's not real, it's AI, and it's spreading misinformation, so stop doing that. But anyway, on the topic of James Bola, he's someone I've made a couple videos about because he has the potential.
I think I reacted to those in my previous streams.
Become healthy and lose weight. He is a very overweight man who thrives in an environment of just eating so much food, but I believe in him. And the new year, it's January 2026. Maybe this will be the year that James Bola takes control of his life. So I'm going to be looking at what he's been up to recently in this video. Let's get into it.
I highly doubt that.
This first video he posted on December 31st, 2025. So the last video of last year. Let's see what he was doing.
You guys, I feel like eating Little Caesars. They're like cheesy bread. They're crazy bread with their marinara sauce. I'm going to order some.
Okay. Nothing wrong with getting one order of cheesy bread. Not the best thing ever, but one's not going to kill you.
I mean, for someone that's as big as him, or someone who's even on the bigger side of him, I think one could do it. I think one could. Not trying to be mean about it, but I mean, it's just a fact. Like, you eat so much of food and you get this large, right? And I mean, it has a negative impact on your body, especially like with visceral fat, which is fat that surrounds your organs, which can cause health issues, right? So eating too much of this, like eventually just having one more food item can really, overdo it, right? Yeah. Could put you into a food coma and then food heaven. Yeah.
for you.
All right, thank you for calling Little Caesars. How can I help you?
Hi, I would like to place an order for pickup.
Okay. One order.
For pickup, okay.
One thing.
Can I get
That's not what he means.
2 large pepperoni pizza?
Oh, what? Pizza?
Yeah, an order as in a multitude of things in large quantities.
How do we get to pizza? You said you were in the mood for cheesy bread.
Okay.
And then, can
I mean, if it's a cheese pizza, he's not exactly wrong. It is a cheesy bread.
get 1 thin crust pizza with pepperoni and jalapeno?
3 pizzas we're up to.
Okay, anything else?
And then can I get 3 orders of crazy bread? Can I have all of them with marinara sauce on the side?
Okay.
All right, so we're up to 3 pizzas and 3 crazy breads.
And then can I get 1 more pizza? Can I get that meat lovers,
4
please?
pizzas. My apologies.
Okay, anything else?
And then can I get...
It sounds like the person that's taking the order on the phone is like trying not to laugh or something. Anything else? No, he's still going on. That's in that massive order.
Order of your buffalo wings? Can I get 2 orders of those?
If you're gonna order, if you're trying to like lose weight, just I'm trying to interject with some weight loss advice just so these videos aren't purely negative. If you're going to like a pizza place, wings are a good move because so much protein and not as many calories. They're not the best, but less compared to everything else he's getting.
I mean, you'd have to eat quite a bit of like chicken wings because they're still pretty small. So I can eat like a whole box of chicken wings and I'll still be hungry because, I mean, obviously it's protein in it, but it's not enough protein because it's smaller quantities because you have to eat so many chicken wings to equal your protein intake for the day. So, yeah. I mean, if you're eating mostly protein-based foods, it's really hard to like gain weight, right? Because as I said before in the previous streams, protein is the most satiating macronutrient, right? Because it takes longer for your body to break it down and utilize it for, like muscle building, just your functions, like muscle protein synthesis, right? To build muscle, or in this case, if you eat too much of it, it's going to be converted into fat, and yeah, pretty much carbs are fat, so it is what it is.
All right.
If you went with just
can I
wings,
get an order
awesome.
of your pepperoni cheese bread?
Is that it?
It's never it. He's never gonna be done ordering. This video of him ordering, by the way, is 2 minutes long. Takes me 2 seconds to make an order. 2 minutes of him ordering food. Let's just skip to the end when she sums it up.
Okay.
And that'll be it.
Okay. Your total is gonna be $120 with 34 cents.
$120 worth of Little Caesars. Little Caesars is cheap, by the way. It's like the cheapest thing ever, pizza-wise, and he's spending $120 on it. Oh.
Yeah, because I think you could buy like a pizza for like $5 or under, right? I mean, I guess it depends on where you get it, but like even here where I'm at, like in Canada, where things can be, fairly pricey, especially these days with inflation, right? Like Caesar's is pretty cheap, but man, he's ordering so much food. But then again, since he's a much bigger guy, so obviously he has a higher calorie intake, right? A higher set point. So yeah, he needs to eat a lot of food to be that size, to maintain that size. So I don't know if he took out some of those pizzas there, and yeah, like of course he would. Oh, and the crazy bread or whatever that is, he would start losing weight for sure. But he's not going to do that, and he doesn't want to do that.
Okay, well that was December 31st, so maybe 2026 was going to be his year, and he was getting it all out of his system, or into his system, I guess. Let's see what happens the first video of the new year he posts.
Mood, you guys, we just came back from hometown buffet, but I'm still hungry. So I'm gonna order some Wingstop. I'm using the restroom so I can make some room. Let's order.
I'm using the restroom so I can make some room. Can you side note, can you imagine his poops? Sorry to anyone. I know people watch YouTube while eating. I'm sorry if you're eating. I don't want to put that picture in your brain. But how much is this guy shitting? Like, it has
Bricks.
gotta be.
He's shitting bricks, pounds and pounds. While he's adding pounds and pounds.
At least 10 bathroom
Golly.
visits a day with how much he's eating.
Speaking of shit, Sim, are you are you still taking a dookie? This man is the king of dookies himself, bruh. He's the Duke of Dookies. Mister. Okay, no response.
Like, doesn't that get exhausting at a certain point? I get fatigued after 3 poops in a day. Like, this is crazy.
Wingstop. Did you know you can skip the wait and order online? Visit us at
He's exhausted because he just wants to eat more. Let's see. Wingstop's not the worst. If you just get wings, as I said, that's not the worst thing in the world. A lot of protein.
Hi, I would like to place an order.
Protein, but of course all the sauces and stuff, especially with like the dips you have on the side, it adds a lot in calories too. Because obviously you're not just having the chicken wings bland, right? It's gonna be seasoned with some sauce, and you're gonna have you know, various dips on the side, right? So it's gonna add up in calories even for just one serving of chicken wings. So you know, just be careful.
For pickup?
What do we got, James?
Okay, can I get a name for the order?
James?
That is your name. Let's go.
Okay,
Good.
James, what can I get started for you today?
Can I get an order of your boneless hickory smoked barbecue?
Okay, boneless wings, fine.
Can I get
Okay,
a
perfect.
15 piece? No, 20 piece.
Okay, 20s, you know, that's fine.
Okay,
Can I get that in that
Would
combo?
you like a side of veggies? Oh yeah, of course. Would you like a side of veggies with that?
No, can I get large fries, please?
Oh, James! Oh, you're killing me.
Yeah, she really said the veggies. I mean, she doesn't know what this man looks like on the other side of the phone, but damn. From the viewers watching and myself watching, that's just funny. Someone asked that. Would you like a side of veggies? No, he didn't even answer. It's like, no, can I get some fries? Of course, buddy. More carbs. That's what you want.
Oh, side of veggies. You know, please, just do that.
And a large Coke Zero?
Okay.
And then can I get 2 of your hickory smoked barbecue sandwiches? Can I get those?
I can't watch this. Let's just move to the next video. I can't. Why would you record videos of you ordering? Another one. We're really starting the new year off strong here.
Can I get the Italian rum punch?
Rum punch. Can I see your ID, please?
Yeah.
They're asking for his ID like he could be under 21 years old.
Can I go to the menu or are you ready to go?
Already.
Okay.
So it's an Olive Garden order. Let's see.
I mean, I guess, because usually, I don't understand why they're giving, like, why they want the ID, but usually, if you're eating a lot of food and you're gaining weight, it tends to make you look older. And I know, because, you know, I work at a gym, so, you know, as a front desk associate, so I see people all the time. I check people in so I can see, like, you know, when they were born, like their birthday and all that information. So it's like some people I see, they scan, like when I scan them in, they look old, look like 5-10 years older than they actually are. And then I see their birthday, I'm like, damn. I mean, at least those people are actually going to the gym, though. That's the thing. They're actually trying to improve their lives, which is what I like to see. This person, you know, the reality is you can't help people that don't want to be helped. And that is this person right here that we're seeing.
Surely
so
we're
unfortunate.
Just gonna get, you know, the salad.
Can I get an order of your fried mozzarella sticks?
Fried mozzarella.
Then can I get an order of your...
So we don't even need to watch this. This video is 1:43, and I don't actually need to sum up what he ordered because there is a macro guy in the comments.
10,400 calories. 518 grams of total fat. Where did they even get this information? Like, did they actually show the calories on the food menu, like they do with like Subway? Or I guess maybe they get it from like, I don't know, like nutrition facts on like on like certain websites or like a calorie tracking app or something like MyFitnessPal or something like that, I guess. But actually, let's see if he goes down the list here.
Who conveniently showed the macros of what he ordered, and it is 10,400 calories, 1,000 grams of carbs, 428 grams of protein. At least we got protein, and then
Actually, let's get you guys to see the entire thing, including the food order, which you can't see because my face cam is covering it. So yeah, this is what it's looking like here.
19,000 milligrams of sodium and $175. Italian rum punch, fried mozzarella sticks, fried shrimp, chicken Alfredo, 4 soups, tour of Italy, shrimp Alfredo, cheese ravioli, warm Italian, spaghetti meatball, strawberry cream cake. You would
to top it all off, you can't have all this food without, you know, dessert, right? Of course. Man. These guys can pretty much win like any food challenge. That's actually crazy to eat all that food in one sitting. And then there's, you know, cases like was it Zermatt Neo, Matt Stoney, Beard Me's Food, those guys that watch that, you know, because they eat a lot of food. They're like, you know, professional food competitors, professional food eaters and stuff like that. Watch those guys. They eat like tens of pounds of food. It's crazy.
think I'm doing like an Olive Garden wrap, but no, that's his order. Like
10,000 calories.
Does it stop? Because clearly, you know, he just going higher and higher. You gotta stop. He was on a health journey. I don't know if I said that, but he was on a health journey. Like he actually, for at least 2 weeks, he was trying to eat healthy, and then he just stopped. And now this is his new year.
Yeah, like 10,000 calories, right? That's so if I go to where's the it's right here. Because there's 1 pound, like for 1 pound of fat is 3,500 calories, right? So 10,000 divided by 3,500. Yeah, that's almost 3 pounds. And it's not going to be purely just fat either as well. If you're doing that one sitting, eating 10,000 calories a day, that could be like fecal matter, water retention, and all that. But yeah, you're definitely gaining fat every day, at least some of it. That's absolutely absurd.
What do you guys? We have Marco's Pizza. Let's eat some pizza. You guys, I love this pizza so much. It is so good. Look at that. Yeah, oh my god.
Can't go wrong with the classic.
Again, you know, his
pepperoni
videos are
pizza.
long. Never a short James Bola video because there's so much food. Just stop. Just stop. We got a few more to get through, so I'm not gonna, you know, spend a million years talking about this. But more, just pizza and shit being shoveled into his mouth. When's he gonna do like a grape challenge? When's he gonna do? Hi, I'd like to place an order for pickup at Sprouts. Can you please send me some Sprouts?
Yeah, unfortunately, that doesn't get views. That doesn't get money. People want to watch other people eat unhealthy food, right? People want to watch people want to watch things that they wouldn't do themselves, right? Because people like to be in their own bubble, their own safety net. So, but that's what gets food. Views is food. You know, like people eating unhealthy food.
Sprouts. Breakfast.
No one wants to watch someone eat like a bucket full of like broccoli and carrots and, you know, like Brussels sprouts, all these types of vegetables, right? Like or just fruit and stuff like that.
Starting your day with
Boring.
Raisin Cane's.
Let's see what we got. I'm so excited.
2 drinks.
Remember, balance is key.
What do you mean balance is key? The only balance is the balance on your scale pushing 600. What?
Cheers, you guys.
What is it? Sorry, I skipped ahead.
Let's see what we got. I'm so
Raisin
excited.
Cane's.
Starting off strong, I got 3 fruit punches, you guys. Remember, balance is key.
What do you mean balance is key? There's no balance here.
Balance is key, you guys.
Does he actually think they're healthy because there's fruit in?
The only thing I know about Raising Cane's is that they're like the only restaurant or like fast food chain where they don't like season their food, right? Like their chicken, for example. Like they're known for their sauce, right? So basically, you just buy like the whatever you have on the food menu item, and you dip it into the sauce. So like if it's chicken wings or whatever they sell there, that's the sauce is what's um getting them very popular, very famous, is because of just the sauce alone. That's what makes the food experience. But yeah, it's the sauce is what adds the calories, especially, right? It's always the sauce. So you got to keep that in mind when going to places like this.
Them because it's called fruit punch. I don't know the exact numbers, but I know that runs you at least 50 grams of sugar per drink.
Like if you're not making the food yourself, if you're not buying the ingredients, actually measuring it out and actually tracking it with an app, like you don't really know like accurately how much calories is in something, right? When you're going out, so you just gotta be mindful.
What do we got?
Of course, I already ate 2 of them.
Okay.
And
then what?
Oh, wait, you can't even see this. Wait, hold on. There we go. That's a little better.
Sugar per drink. What do we got?
Of course, I already ate 2 of them.
Okay.
Come on, my dude.
And then what? We have
this man doesn't need any more carbs.
And then we have another Cane's combo, and we have another Cane's combo. We don't need to go through. There's no point in showing you a Raisins Cane's haul because the store only has one item. It's a chicken fingers store. It sells chicken fingers and fries. Today, you guys, at the chicken fingers store, we got chicken fingers and fries. Wow.
Food, you guys.
Stop!
Today for breakfast, we got cane.
Bro. Yeah, so chicken fingers and then the sauce is what makes it taste good, right? It's always the sauce. The sauce makes everything taste better. And obviously it adds more calories. Now, if he was just ordering food, like that was just like solely just the chicken tenders, no sauce, anything, just the meat-based products that they sell, he would definitely just be losing weight because it's mostly protein, right? He would feel fuller, like, and you feel better because obviously, I mean, you feel good in the moment when eating all these delicious foods, but then it really affects you in a negative way afterwards, right? You really feel it. Your body starts crashing, right? It starts going against you. That's why I follow, like, I live by that motto. If you take care of your body will take care of you. And this is definitely not how you do it.
I shit you not, in the same week he posted 2 videos. Today for breakfast we have Cane's. Just absolutely destroying it. We don't need to watch that. All right, one final one, and it's I spoiler alert. It doesn't get better.
Mood, you guys. Today for breakfast, I feel like having a little burger, so we got In-N-Out.
Breakfast. Let me use this as an opportunity to teach you guys.
In-N-Out. Yeah, that's definitely what's gonna happen to the food. It's gonna go in and come straight out, man. It's gonna be absolutely nasty, bro. Speaking of things going in and out, Mister, are you still there? We're supposed to be reacting together. He said that he was gonna take a big dookie, the dookiest of dukes, and he still hasn't come back. We're already like 44 minutes into the stream. This dude. But anyways, let me switch over again because you can't see what's happening on the right side of the screen with my face cam over it.
A self-improvement tactic. The beginning of the day is the most important because that's when your brain, your dopamine levels have yet to figure out what they want. In the very beginning of the morning, you want to do things that are difficult and not instantly gratifying, like fast food, jacking off, because when you do it in the morning, you set a precedent for the rest of the day. So if you start your morning with exercise, reading, anything good for you, you're setting a precedent for the rest of the day that's what you're gonna want. But when you start your day with in and out, you're setting the precedent that bullshit is gonna be going in and out of your body. Read that again. Do not start your day with fast food. That's the worst. If you're gonna do it, and you shouldn't do it, but if you're gonna do it at the end of the day. But this is the worst way to start your day.
Let's see what we got. Starting off strong,
Let me guess. At the burger store, he got burgers. Call me Nostradamus. Nostradamus. I'm predicting he got burgers at the burger store. So we got a burger, and then a burger, and then fries, and then fries, and then fries, and then fries.
You know, it's funny because like all these burgers, they're supposed to, you know, be high in protein because of the patties. Usually, the bread to meat ratio is not very good. It's a lot more bread than there is of meat for most places, so they don't add a lot of meat into the burger itself. So you're getting mostly just carbs, just pretty much straight up carbs, and maybe fats from like the mayo or whatever they add onto it, and a little bit of protein, right? Because the patty itself is pretty slim, so yeah, it's still pretty much a carb fest in and of itself, right? Might as well just take the bread off, take everything off, and just eat the patty itself at that point.
And then a drink, and then a drink, and then a drink. What is with the need for 3 drinks? How about 1 water? What were the drinks, just out of curiosity?
Guys, we got a pink lemonade, extra large. We got a cherry Coke, extra large. And then remember, balance is key. So we got a Diet Coke, you guys, to keep it balanced.
See, a Diet Coke only works if you use it as a substitute for a regular.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter because he's still consuming a shit ton of calories, right? Which is definitely gonna go in and out of him later. And if you're just having the Diet Coke, like, yeah, as he's about to say, it's supposed to substitute for the unhealthy versions of, you know, beverages you're consuming. So like obviously a Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi, right? Diet root beer is better than, you know, the originals, right? Because less calories, right? So it's supposed to substitute for, you know, the original versions, which have more calories, right? But in this case, he already has all the liquid calories from the other drinks that he's consuming on top of the foods, right? So still eating tens of thousands of calories. He's still eating at maintenance or at a surplus of calories. So he's still going to gain weight even if he drinks that on the side. So it's pretty redundant at the end of the day.
Regular Coke. You can't drink 1 Coke and then drink a Diet Coke and be like, oh, I'm on a diet. That's not balance. You're going to have no balance when you're walking outside and you fall down under the weight of yourself. You know what I mean? This is... When are we going to see a change? I don't know. I don't know if we ever will. I mean, I'm still holding out hope for James because he did a 2-week diet one time way back when, which means he can do it again. He just needs the proper motivation. He needs a very bad doctor's visit. I don't know if he goes to doctors, but he should. In a world of James Bolas, you and me need to be the ones to make the difference, because, you know, not everybody's going to be a good example. So how about you watching this video, you go do something good to counterbalance what the hell we just watched. But anyway, that's all I got for today's video. I hope you enjoy. We'll check back with him in a month or 2, see if anything's changed.
Yep, still trying to go for that personal trainer certificate on top of the nutrition code so I can, you know, help change people's lives for the better. But the reality is that you can only help people that want to be helped, right? Because like for personal trainers and nutrition coaches, you're basically like a guide. Like you're showing them what to do, how to do it, how to get better, like when it comes to exercise or eating right, right? But you're just a guy. You're just giving them the information. But at the end of the day, that person has to decide whether they're going to take that information and use it or not, right? So that's the reality. But that's why he needs someone to be accountable, like, a personal trainer or a nutrition coach, right? Because obviously they're supposed to give the information, but they also supposed to help with that person, to be accountable for their actions, or no action. But yeah, that's the end of this video here. So let's go back here. This might be a little bit more interesting one. So we got the whole Gen Z health epidemic. Now, I'm born in '98, so I know it's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure I'm early Gen Z, but I also been told that I'm like kind of like a millennial. Like a coworker told me that I'm like a, what is it, like Genial or something like that. It's like a combination. It's so weird, but Genial, I don't know. But yeah, the Gen Z health epidemic. And I was part of the epidemic too when I was younger and overweight and not taking care of myself. But at least that I, was smart enough to actually um, come out from, Fantasyland, out of that bubble and realize what I was doing to myself and actually turn it around and improve upon myself and teach myself better habits and, become the person that I am today. Because I was a totally different person then, that's for sure. Different mindset, different perspective in life, and of course, obviously different body composition. But yeah, as I said, turn it around, and I guess we're gonna be seeing here like these people who, I guess, had the same mindset as me from then. But yeah, it's a 17-minute video, the Gen Z health epidemic, and wait, is Mr. Simster? Oh, Mr. Simster, are you over there? Yeah. Hello, yoo-hoo. Mister. Hello. There's no way he's still taking Dookie. There's no freaking way. You know what? We shall continue on.
Scale your content
This man
10 times faster with Magic Write. Turn one idea into tons of content tailored.
Today, Gen Z is said to be the unhealthiest generation on record. Obesity is on the rise for Gen Z, with research suggesting those from the age of 18 to 20.
Future surge in diabetes could dramatically impact people under 20 in U.S. Damn.
5 or 56% overweight or obese.
More than half of Gen Z adults, about 56% of Americans age 18 to 25 are overweight or obese. Being overweight or obese puts individuals at a higher risk for many chronic conditions, including type 2 diabetes, heart disease, high blood pressures, and some cancers. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that already in previous videos with like type 2 diabetes and all that. But yeah, I think I rest my case there.
Although substance and alcohol use is on the decline for Gen Z, it's becoming the generation of overindulgence, overconsumption, declining mental health, and easy access to food deliveries.
Whoa. So from like 2020 or before 2020, I don't know. It says 2020, it was from 100,000. Oh, that's for type 2 diabetes. It was like below 100,000 to up to 350,000 by 20. Oh, it's going to be like that by 2060. That's crazy. So right now, it's pretty much like at 115,000, bro. That's for type 2, but for type 1, that's gonna be like 220. No, yeah, probably 220,000 type 1 diabetes. That's absolutely insane. And that's just within 5 years. Oof.
Overconsumption. Declining mental health and easy access to food delivery apps have not helped the situation. In this video, I want to
I guess that was 210 to 215,000. I'm not sure.
Uncover the health crisis currently being experienced by Gen Z. This is a story of insanely high-calorie foods, new social trends, and overall.
Oh yeah, I'm always seeing these in my YouTube shorts, like recommendations, or just recommendations in general. Like I always see these types of videos or shorts just on the main page there.
A college system that seems to somehow taken advantage of food to lure students to their college food-rich campus. Now, over the past few years, companies like Frito-Lay, which is owned by Pepsi, have expressed their excitement and forecast towards their snack foods portfolio. They thank younger consumers like Gen Z embracing the consumption of products like Doritos, Lay's, and others. They have confirmed that Gen Z is snacking more than ever. It's not going away anytime soon. Social media trends like girl dinner have embraced the skipping of meals.
I mean, of course, these companies are going to encourage it. That's how they sell their products, right? Like, come on, man. Oh, hello, Paula TV. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream. Can you say me? I don't know what that means. I hope it's not anything sussy. But welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're just watching these food related videos here. So the one I'm watching is the Gen Z health epidemic, which obviously involves foods here.
And eating a whole array of snacks or smaller foods in an effort not to try too hard to get fed. According to a survey, though,
No, that's a good
over
peach.
half of Gen Z supplements eating meals by eating snacks.
I can tell you for a fact that nobody's eating peaches here in this video.
On a weekly basis. Now, don't get me wrong, who doesn't like snacks? I love Doritos, but I also know it's very easy to eat an entire bag just like that. They are so good, and yet they're so terrible for your body. Doritos are incredible.
Yeah, that's true. I like. My dad bought like bags of like for Dorito and like sun chips. It's like the sun chip mix, whatever. During New Year's. It's either New Year's or Christmas, and yeah, I was just binging on that. But since I know how to, portion control and I track my calories and all that, weigh myself every day, I lost all the excess weight in a few days. So, if you do what I do, you learn all those habits. Like you can pretty much eat what you want. You can manipulate your body weight however you want to, if you want to gain or lose weight, right? But also, it's the food that you consume too, whether it's nutrient dense or not, right? So it's still gonna overall affect your performance and quality of life.
Incredibly ultra processed and contain a whole catalog of.
And obviously, like Doritos, in this case, like obviously it tastes good in the moment, but it's gonna make you feel like crap later on. Absolute doo-doo.
Bad ingredients. You can probably watch a bunch of TikToks or do a Google search on it. These ingredients are hard for your body to process, and they can lead to weight gain or other health issues. According to a study done by BMI, ultra-processed foods high in fats and carbohydrates can be addictive, similar to addictive substances. The research indicates that these foods.
Okay, we don't need any research and studies to know that carbs and fats are highly addictive, obviously. That's why, like, with all these, like, fast food chains and stuff, you barely see any items with a significant amount of protein, right? Because that's not what sells. It's the carbs and fats, right? And all this stuff that we consume, right?
Foods are highly rewarding. They're appealing, and they're consumed compulsively, potentially meeting the criteria for substance abuse disorders in some individuals.
You, just you, building your app.
You know, it's abuse. These ads that keep popping on my screen. Golly.
Describe.
Get out of here.
For a generation like Gen Z that is snacking more than ever, this is bad news. The snacking trend is likely leading to an increase of obesity and diabetes among Gen Z. Another main issue here is that Gen Z, even though they're eating all these snacks, they might not be getting the right amount of healthy ingredients for their bodies. Many snacks, particularly processed ones, over-processed ones, They often lack essential nutrients like fiber, protein, vitamins, and minerals.
Well, I used to eat those regular Starburst and the was those Pop Tarts when I was a kid. Well, obviously when I was a kid, I didn't control what was in the fridge, like what was in the pantry. Of course, I ate whatever my parents had, and even now, my parents don't really buy the healthiest of foods, right? That's why, like, it's better to buy your own groceries, if you're working part time or like as a teenager, right? Or you're adult, just buy your own food, buy the ingredients you want, make your own food, right? Because at least you know what's in them, right? But all the stuff here that's on the screen, that's mostly just for like convenience, right? You can just take it, open up the package, it's right there, ready to eat, right? But it actually takes time to buy the ingredients and actually make the foods, right? Or even with meal prepping, it still takes time, but like that takes work, and most people don't want to put in the work. And this is the result of that.
Minerals, you name it. They basically are.
Oh yeah, the Nutrigrains too.
Little to no
got me real
nutritional
good.
value. A study done out of the.
Of course, none of this stuff is nutrient dense, so I would eat so much of it, and I would never be satisfied. I would always be hungry. I mean, that's also because I was a teenager then and higher metabolism. So, yeah.
The UK found that 42% of individuals in their 20s have a vitamin D deficiency, compared to just 21% to those in their 60s and 12% of those in their 70s or above. The young Gen Zers surveyed in this also had a B12 deficiency. All most people have to do to get their vitamin D and their B12 is eat foods like eggs, fish, spinach, red meat. But that's the thing. Gen Z is constantly eating empty calories.
I mean, I have tuna every day, so I guess that counts, right? Right? Does it count? Yeah. I mean, I got tuna, and then I do have like multivitamins and like supplements and stuff like that, right? Because I live in Canada, just so you guys know, and the province that I live in is just Canada in general, especially the area that I'm living, it's like mostly winter all year round. It's like cloudy, very dull, gloomy. So obviously not much vitamin D going around here. So yeah, good to get it in foods, and that's what definitely when you want to take a vitamin D supplement, right? So yeah. But you're not gonna see a lot of people eating this stuff. It's definitely just a bunch of junk food. Not very nutrient dense.
Calories. Then they're putting their bodies at risk, as we've seen. Why did Gen Z become such big snackers and, well, not normal meal eaters? Well, I think a lot of it goes back to our culture. I remember when I was in high school and middle school, and many students really didn't eat a balanced diet. Like if a kid was getting a...
Yeah, like, because I started work when I was 15. So, yeah, so I would save up a lot of money, and then pretty much I would just like eat. Like I go to the convenience store and get like those those koala brand candies, like those assorted candies that's in a bag. Man, like the sour kind, because the sour kind is the best. And then those sour keys, those types of candies, they look like a key. They have a hole in the middle, different flavors and stuff. Like so good, highly addictive, but highly not good for you. That's for sure. And of course, as a teenager, kind of oblivious to when it comes to like nutrition. So, yeah, usually either you have to learn it in school with like extra, like a different class, like optional classes, or just I don't know, learn it from the internet, I guess, right? And that's only if you want to search it up. But yeah, honestly, I did not make the best habits. I didn't have the best habits when I was a kid, and just like most kids, especially these days, because the whole thing with the Gen Z health epidemic.
Whole array of food and veggies and meat from the cafeteria line. A lot of times they were seen like lame or sheltered. It was such a...
Always bought quesadillas because the cafeteria they served quesadillas. Yeah, eat that with the side of salsa and sour cream. Well, salsa basically has like no calories, but you know, sour cream, it, you know, adds a bit, and I would never stop with just one serving quesadillas. Damn,
weird dynamic.
so good.
I remember many of these so-called popular kids would get these packs of cheese sticks called Bosco sticks. They're basically these giant mozzarella stick things with bread around them. And then they would top it off with a Gatorade and a bag of Doritos. That would run them probably around $7.
Hey, what's up, Viper 888? How's it going? How's it going? Just watching some food videos here.
Instead of a real meal. It kind of continued in
it's all good in the hood, just as it should. Yeah, we're just watching this video here along with a series of videos on my playlist. This one is the Gen Z health epidemic.
High school too. Then everyone kind of grew up a little bit, and then people.
Oh, just so you guys know, like if you have any like videos you want me to react to, like you can just link it down below, and I'll probably go check them out. And if I like what I see, then most likely react to it on my stream. So
went to college. And to me, this is where the health crisis has taken a turn for the worse in regards to Gen Z. When you go to college and you live on
Star
campus,
size comparison to YouTube. I'll probably check that out later.
Which is basically a ticket to a buffet style meal anytime you're hungry. Many colleges focus on their dining experience as a way
to look at all these videos I got here. Yeah. Look at this. Yeah. See? Look at this. Food related videos. It's great.
Way to lure students into their university. As I've been out of college for
I'm going to be streaming tomorrow as well with my friend. Like my friend is supposed to be reacting with me, but apparently he's been taking the dookie this whole time, so I don't know. Or maybe he passed out. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him, but he's supposed to be here reacting to me, which would also serve for some great content. But already hour and 7 minutes into the stream, and he's this whole time he's been gone.
A few years now.
Yeah.
I can't help to think that, like, damn, that was really insanely unhealthy. Like, pretty much the entire array of food in college. Cafeteria lines were stacked with foods like mac and cheese, fried chicken, and pizza on the daily basis.
Pizza?
They were even served for all 3 meals of the day. Imagine eating at a Golden Corral every meal, every day. That's basically what...
I didn't know schools had, like, cafeterias like this. What the? This is, like, equivalent to, like, gourmet meals, bro. Like, Michelin star food, bro. Like, what? I mean... Back then, like when I was getting these quesadillas, I thought that was luxury food, like gourmet. But no, man, you get like chicken wings, pizza. Like what?
It was like going to college. This is what college life has become. In many cases, the freshman 15 can now turn into the freshman 30. It becomes so incredibly easy for students
college,
to overeat when they're given the Golden Corral ticket in their dorm room lobby. I remember most students were going for the pizza and the fried chicken options. I mean, that stuff is good, but...
Yeah, I remember going to this, like, university opening, you know, because I was interested in, like, applying there. Yeah, they had, like, a freaking, Tim Hortons and, like, Edo Japan, which, Tim Hortons is basically, the Canadian version of Dunkin' Donuts, so... Like, that's actually insane. So, that they have all that stuff. I think they have a Subway, too. It's crazy.
But eating it every day or multiple times a day, probably not the best idea. Okay, but this is just based off my personal experience.
Yeah, I can see people just getting really oversized going to university.
So, I did some research to make sure I wasn't sounding too much like a angry boomer. And unfortunately, I was right. A study done...
But, you know, with the statistics that he's showing, like probably more than half of the population, at least in you know, America, they're overweight or obese. So, and I'm pretty sure that percentage is just climbing up for, like, every, you know, country or, you know, every landmass, you know, on planet Earth here. So, yeah, I guess if we don't do anything about it, like... Of course, not gonna live long enough to tell the tale, right? Because what's the life
Out of South
expectancy?
Dakota State University concluded that food in college dining halls are not conducive to healthy eating. The study assessed the healthiness of entrees in a university.
I think like the life expectancy is supposed to be like in the 80s, right, or something. I guess it depends on where you live, but yeah, like here it's supposed to be like 80 or something. But I highly doubt that because like most people I see, because for me, I actually work at a gym. Like I'm a front desk associate, trying to go for my personal trainer certification. Like most of them are on the bigger side, right? Of all ages, right? From teenagers, right? Young adults, elders. Even some of them I see that are on the pretty big side as well. And uh yeah. I mean, I guess it depends. Like they have really good genes so they can live up to elderly age, but I mean, technically they're like 60s, maybe 60s. Yeah, maybe like early 60s to late or mid. But yeah, they're not living till 80s, that's for sure. But I do commend the people that do actually go to the gyms and improve themselves. So maybe they can actually turn it around, right? While they still can.
Dining facility. They found that
So good on them.
88% of available entree items were classified as unhealthy, leaving only 12% as the healthy options. This imbalance has suggested that students were frequently exposed to calorie-dense, nutrient-poor foods, which can adversely affect their...
Okay, that's it. That's everyone worldwide. Everyone's exposed to calorie dense, like basically nutrient deficient foods, right? Like they don't keep you satiated, right? Because there's no good balance of protein, carbs, fats, and micronutrients, right? That you need to keep your body going, to keep you active and feel good, right? So, and of course, more companies are pushing this, like McDonald's, you know, like A&W, all these fast food chains, right? They're just pushing towards, or no, especially like Pepsi and Coke, like they're pushing towards people like just like consuming their products, right? They don't care about them. They only care about like they don't care about the customers. They only care about what they can give, right? So like money. They only care about the money that they give them, right? But they don't care about the customers and how it actually affects them when they consume the products, when they use their products,
health,
which is very
as we
unfortunate.
know. The study also identified that college is an
It's always
environment
about the
of
money.
constant change and stress. Yes, that's exactly right. When you're going to college, you're going through so much stress, you're going through so many changes, your classes, and honestly just finding who you are as a person. Then you add in college parties or bar crawls with lots of White Claws or...
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like the college parties, right? Oh my gosh. Yeah, the amount of alcohol. And of course, with the junk food and stuff like pizza and all that. Yeah. Getting a lot of wasted nights, a lot of blackouts for sure. Consuming all that. Just liquid empty calories. Like alcohol and stuff, it's empty calories. It's toxins. Like your body can't even really absorb it, right? It just shoots it right out. So, yeah, definitely not good for your body whatsoever. Drink alcohol, but people do it anyways. Just like people know that smoking is bad for you, but people do it anyways, right? Eating a shit ton of food, that's not actually doing anything useful to your body to utilize it, to get you through the day. Yeah, it's not exactly doing anything for you, and yeah, it results in people being overweight and obese. So. And as I said, the percentage of that with statistics wise, it just keeps going up.
High noons or whatever they're drinking nowadays, and you have a lot of weight gain knocking at your door. Simply put, having a golden corral while you're stress eating probably isn't the best scenario. Okay, so once college students grow up from the dorm life, do they grow healthier eating habits? Well,
No.
in a lot of times nowadays, probably no. Because you can get that golden corral shipped to you at your door. Like we've said,
yeah, unless you're growing up with like a family who are like doctors and dietitians, people who actually like are certified, are like, you know, experts in the field that when it comes to like health and, you know, like nutrition and all that, are people, or just people in general who like to be healthy and fit, right? Unless like if you're not like being raised, like growing up in that type of environment, of course like you're gonna be growing up where, you know, you develop all these bad habits. And of course in this case, like eating food that's not good for you, eating junk food, like if you develop that as like, you know, a kid, of course it's going to affect you for the rest of your life. And it's hard to break out on something like that you've been doing for decades, right? Basically all like your entire life, that's all you know, second nature.
Gen Z is a generation of overconsumption. Approximately 63% of Gen Z regularly uses food delivery apps, a higher percentage than that of 51% observed by millennials. So Gen Z is getting everything they want delivered to their door.
Star size
Meals
comparison
ordered
to
through these
YouTube.
platforms tend to be more energy dense and less
Hey,
nutritious.
what's up?
That's a fact. The average
Justin's losing one.
anywhere from 1,000
How's it going? How's it going?
to
It's all good here.
1,820 calories.
Just reacting to the Gen Z health epidemic. Mostly just like food related type of videos currently. Now, I don't know where my friend is. He's supposed to be reacting with me. I don't know if he's still taking the biggest dookies of all time. Yeah. I call him the Duke of Dookies. Can you react to black people? No. Bro, the AI moderator just just deleted that comment for, you know, hate. I can see why. Bro, what is star size? Pretty rude. Could you react to black people chimping out? No. Not gonna do that. Let me know when you're reacting, bro. Friend got bowel issues. React to star size. LOL. Okay. I might save that in a watch list or something like that. Cause I'm also gonna be streaming tomorrow, so I might save that for well, tomorrow, because I'm gonna be ending the stream soon because I got things to do. But I'm still questioning where my friend is. He just disappeared. So he either took the biggest dookie and he's still going at it for an hour, almost an hour and a half, or he passed out, or maybe he passed out on the toilet taking a dookie. Actually, that'd be pretty funny. But also sad.
This is way higher than the recommended 600 calories per meal for an adult. Gen Z is picking up burgers, fries, pizza, chicken tenders. And look, all that sounds really good. It's making me hungry just thinking about it. But the fact that we can get this on demand without moving a muscle is kind of crazy
that's true.
nowadays. Take this for example. If someone orders a Cane's box combo, this is what's in store for them. Almost 1,500 calories in one meal. That's insane. That's basically the entire calorie count someone should have in one day, and they're getting it from one meal. Especially if they're working remote or in the office, you're not really gonna burn too much calories.
Yeah, because I eat like, well, I guess roughly, because you're always burning calories even when you're sleeping. Like, even if you're doing nothing throughout the whole day, you would be, your body's still burning calories. So, like, more or less, I consume 2050 calories, like 2050 calories, you know, more or less. So if I was to eat this, I would still be pretty hungry because it's not nutrient dense whatsoever. I mean, you got some protein there, but then you have the sauces, which adds the calories, and then the fries too, and which is just straight up simple carbs. So your body's just gonna break it down very easily, and you know, you're still gonna be hungry after.
In the day, this is just wild, you know. Cane's popularity among Gen Z
A lot of
has
sodium
exploded.
content too in the
It's now one of
fries.
the most popular food chains in the country. Look, I love Cane's.
But then again, Raising Cane's doesn't actually like season their food, so I don't think there's actually any like salt they added to it. It's just the sauce, but probably the sauce have sodium in it too.
Cane's, most of the time it's
Probably a good amount of it.
But eating Cane's on a weekly basis is wild. Add in other popular Gen Z brands like Crumble Cookies. They have made huge inroads with Gen Z, having special cookies sponsored by like people like Olivia Rodrigo, among others. But these
Hold on. Star size comparison.
These cookies are insanely unhealthy. The sugar and among others.
Oh yeah, crumble cookies. Yeah, I mentioned that in my well, however many streams ago. But crumble cookies are like super calorie dense. Like just one cookie is like 1,000 calories on its own. And of course, people order them in like boxes. So I don't know. They could be like 8 or 12 of them. It's absolutely crazy.
These cookies are insanely unhealthy. The sugar in those would knock you out and put you in a food coma for a whole day. Doctors are apparently raising alarms too in regards to crumble cookies. Crumble released a new flavor late in 2024, which contained around 1,130 calories, which is 4.5.
Wait.
Around 1,130 calories.
Bruh, Crumble's holiday cookie has a whopping 1,200 calories. The fact that is legal is crazy. Well, when you're right, you're right. Even though I'm a lefty.
Which is 4.5 times more than Krispy Kreme donuts.
Left-handed.
Crumble cookies, with all their colorful and fun brand aesthetic, has lured many Gen Zers to post them eating the cookies on TikTok, encouraging others to buy huge boxes of these cookies. And again, crumble cookies is pretty darn good, but like promoting it to Gen Z while every other unhealthy food company in the country is already promoting to Gen Z at the same time kind of irks me the wrong way. It's kind of a bad feeling, right? Crumble loves marketing cookies with over 1,000 calories. Like, sure, it's a free market or whatever, but isn't this kind of like a predatory practice?
Yeah, like Pepsi, Coke, like all these fast food companies, like they have too much power in social media, man. Like too much power, and it's just affecting everyone. Like, come on, man. You see the statistics, bro? Like, well, specifically for Americans in this case, but as I said, with like every other, country or continent or, landmass in general, yeah, like the statistics with overweight to obese, compared to like people who are just, on the skinnier side or fit, it's absolutely astronomical, Now, if you're talking about star size comparisons, it like talk about people size comparisons, like golly.
Maybe there's a reason why crumble cookies has not expanded to Europe. And well, that's pretty much because the entire menu
It's definitely expanded,
would probably
right?
be banned in Europe. Unlike the United States, Europe puts limits on sugars and calories for many of their food products. They also require strict labels on unhealthy foods, like these super sugar cookies from Crumble. Plus, I'm pretty sure many of my European viewers out there would probably throw up at the thought of having these crazy 1,100 calorie Crumble cookies.
Tired of generic ChatGPT responses and spending...
Yeah, that one bite's only good for the moment. Why did I pause on the ad? Why did I do that? I could do this.
Gen Z.
Yeah, of course that bite's good for the moment, but well, they know it's gonna affect you very badly later on. Actually, your body's probably just gonna hate you. Like your body's just gonna straight up say, well, like, why are you doing this? Why? I mean, just that one bite of that crumble cookie is probably enough sugar content for the day, or for a couple days. And that's absolutely insane.
Is also obsessed with sugary beverages. I'm not talking about her parents or grandparents' regular.
Like my friend there, he's probably gonna take the Dukies to Dukes afterwards.
Coca-Cola. I'm talking about this monstrosity.
The Duke
Yes,
Meister.
Dutch Bros
Okay,
is
let me stop.
another new fast food.
Huh? Just for a small, it's almost 600 calories. What, the dinglings in the morning? What the? Whoa. Man, that's crazy work, my guy. Bro, the carbs? It's for a small, 92 grams of carbs. Ooh. Medium, 120. Oh my. Most people are not going to be ordering the small. They're going to get the medium or large. No one orders the small of anything these days. Man, it's like when Tim Hortons, which is the Canadian version of Dunkin' Donuts, like it's a, like a coffee donut shop. I mean, there's more, it's expanded the food menu over the years by a lot, but yeah, still mainly coffee donut shop. Anyways, yeah, they used to have like extra small, like so, extra large, large, medium, small. Extra small. I don't even think they had extra large at one point, but then they just removed the extra small, and now you got the small and you got the extra large. So yeah, if you know Canada, America, it just in general, the quantity of like size, it's pretty hefty compared to most places.
Brand
yeah,
glorified by Gen Z, and it's a way worse offender than that of Starbucks when it comes to sugar, at least. These drinks often contain over 100.
I'm pretty sure they closed down a bunch of Starbucks, where I am, or at least in Canada, because it's too expensive just to maintain it. Which means obviously it's not really doing that well here. I guess maybe in the States for sure, but not too much in Canada though. If they can't even keep it running because it's too expensive, which means it's not doing that well in sales.
100 grams of sugar. Another brand.
But that's because we got a Tim Hortons, right? Tim Hortons is cheaper, better coffee, so right. Of course, you can always add the extra stuff like whipped cream, and which is not really real whipped cream, but still imitation of it, and like creams, sweeteners, like all that, all the toppings and stuff, but still you're getting the value of what you're paying for. And yeah, I don't know, it's I guess Starbucks is like the premium version of Tim Hortons, but it's way too overpriced.
Marketing towards Gen Z with colorful drinks and a trendy atmosphere. They even cost more than Starbucks, but Gen Z can't get enough of this stuff. So yeah, my point here is that we're seeing the rise of many unhealthy food brands that Gen Z is supporting. Although Gen Z is supporting these companies' bottom line in a positive way, they're not supporting Gen Z's health or well-being in a positive way. But this begs the question, why can't Gen Z just cook their own meals? Well, apparently, Gen Z sucks at cooking. According to a survey.
This is what I was saying before. Like, you actually have to take like extra like optional classes. Like, I don't think it was mandatory back then when I was in school, but there's like home economics where they actually teach you how to cook and stuff, and they show you, and you actually have to make all these certain foods and stuff, and it's supposed to teach you about like like real life, like like real life situations where you actually need to cook food, either for family or for yourself when you need it. But yeah, most Gen Zs don't know actually how to cook, right? Because obviously we're in the land of convenience, right, with fast food and all that, right? Hence, people don't need to cook, because why would they need to do that if you can just order everything online and have it delivered to you, right, without even having to leave the couch, right, or leave the bed. So yeah,
Survey done by a popular dating app, they nearly found that 64% of Gen Z respondents said they prefer dining out because, well, they can't cook. A little under half of those Gen Z respondents said that cooking was, well, stressful and anxiety-inducing. And this is often the reason why they preferred takeout meals and restaurant meals. Even simple meals seem to be a struggle for many. Around 42% said they could not even cook a stir fry, with 27% said that they struggled making a soup. Many studies have come out showing that young people, especially Gen Z, aren't as skilled in the kitchen as older generations were at the same age. A survey done by the National Restaurant Association in
I mean, because way back then, like, they didn't have that many like fast food chains, right? That was mostly just to reward yourself, right? But not something you eat on a daily basis, right? And like just 100 years ago, or even less, like pretty much everyone was skinny, right? So, but if you actually think about it, it's pretty much almost around the Great Depression time. So pretty much everyone was starving back then. But you know, I digress.
2020, they revealed around 60% of Gen Z prefer to eat out or order their food to their door. Cooking isn't seen as a priority for them, and they tend to lack the culinary knowledge that older...
What I'm saying is people had to cook. That's what I'm saying. They actually had to cook the meals.
Older generations had at their same age. And more findings here. At 2019...
Now, obviously, they didn't have the technology that we have now where you can just order everything online. Like, everything now is just basically online based, so...
Survey done...
a little bit more analog back then.
Found that only 37% of Gen Z could confidently prepare a full meal, compared to 46% of millennials and 58% of Gen Xers at their same age. Gen Z is more likely to rely on microwaves, meals, snacks, or frozen foods, which are a lot quicker and they require way less effort than cooking from scratch. But I think many factors are at play here for the fact that Gen Z isn't cooking as often. I think in large part, cooking takes so much time and preparation.
Wait, what?
But I think many factors are at play here for the fact that Gen Z isn't cooking as often.
You're adding oil? Why? Those are microwavable food. Just put it in the microwave. You're just adding more calories. Huh? What?
I think in large part, cooking takes so much time and preparation. It's so much easier to pay a little bit extra to have the food delivered to your door. I think another major factor that really isn't talked about too much is the fact that groceries are super expensive and likely will only get more expensive. Getting groceries and healthy foods is a costly process, and it's getting more and more pricey every other month, it seems. So ordering food really isn't that much more expensive sometimes for Gen Z. Gen Z is a very price-cautious generation, and buying groceries hasn't really been the most cost-effective move recently. But by not cooking, Gen Z is subject to unhealthy...
I mean, that's not necessarily true. I mean, like... Because for me, ordering groceries is not even really that expensive because I'm ordering simple stuff like, you know, like tuna, rice, cottage cheese. That stuff is not really expensive. And I usually buy my foods to last for 2 weeks. It just depends on what you're buying at the grocery store. Like if you're ordering like, you know, all these junk food and desserts and stuff, which are supposedly cheap, but they add up. You know, considering like the quantity of foods that you're purchasing, yeah, of course, right? It's gonna cost hundreds of dollars. But yeah, like the stuff that I consume is very, you know, very simple and very cheap, but like it's high nutrients. It keeps me satiated, and I don't have to spend much on groceries, and it lasts me for, you know, till my next check. So you just gotta be, you know, smart about or have enough knowledge to know like what you're purchasing and read the nutrition label. So, which most people don't do. And that's something that they can learn.
Foods and a larger portion size from fast foods or dining options. You know, I kind of worry for my generation of Gen Z and these enormous health challenges that are probably going to be heading our way in the near future as we get older. And the thing is that older generations did not have access to these 1,000 calorie cookies or beverages. And the thing is that older generations...
I swear this video isn't pre-watched. it's not pre-watched. He's basically saying what I'm saying. But yeah, like obviously, as you said there, what I said, you know, of course, they didn't have access to all this stuff, right? So now they do, and yeah, obviously there's no moderation whatsoever, because you can get all this stuff easy access, and you can get as much as you want.
Did not have access to 1,000 calorie cookies or drinks. They didn't have the capability of getting it delivered.
Stuff like this would be a luxury back then, and obviously be lower in quantity, so it'd be harder to get this kind of stuff. But now you can mass produce all of this and sell it for cheap, and yeah, people are gonna go for it because it tastes good, right? It's only good in the moment.
Whenever they want, just from their phone. And the last point I want to make here about Gen Z being unhealthier compared to other generations is simply the amount of distance Gen Z has to drive as a result of housing being so expensive. Gen Z is having to live further away from work and their offices, which are likely downtown. This has resulted in many Gen Zers being trapped in suburbia without even really wanting to. It means that most of Gen Z is having to spend more and more time in their car, driving to work, which, as we know, can have many negative health effects in the long term. A 2022 survey by the US Census Bureau revealed that the average commute for younger adults around age 18 to 34 has actually risen to nearly 30 minutes one way, compared to just 20 minutes in the 1990s. In addition,
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Especially where I'm living too. I'm pretty much in the same situation. Like I live in the city, but I live more on the outskirts, so there's no transit or anything. So, you know, I gotta like take an Uber, and it takes like 20 minutes to get there, and I'm spending a lot of money just on transportation to go to and from work, right? So, and obviously work is very far away. So, as I said, there's no transit in my area. So, yeah, and also the houses are super pricey, right? They're like, like $500,000, and stupid stuff like that, and it just keeps going up, like by 100,000 every 1 or 2 years. So now it's gonna be like six to 700. Crazy, like there's like a half a decade's time, more or less. It's gonna be like in the millions. It's crazy, and just um like in the other province, like British Columbia, like you got houses just starting for 1.2 1.3 million, and then you have apartments that are like 4 to 500,000, just like like just as expensive as like brand new homes that you can get where I live. Like, that's absurd.
in addition to longer commutes, the work culture that many Gen Zers find themselves in also contributes to a lack of physical activity. We know that many Gen Zers are working from home or they're working in office environments.
See, that's the big thing there, right? Calorie deficit, you eat less, move more, or eat within your calorie maintenance, and you increase your calorie expenditure so much that you put yourself in a calorie deficit. Yeah, I mean, most people are yeah, pretty much most people are working like sedentary jobs, or maybe they're not, and they spend the rest of their time outside of work not moving around. And yeah, obviously they're not moving around, so they're not using the energy, and it gets stored as fat and get bigger and bigger over time, right? Because they're not using that energy, right? So it has to get stored. It doesn't just magically disappear.
Those environments are not really designed to promote movement. A typical desk job involves long hours of sitting in front of screen, and it can definitely lead to lack of opportunities for physical exercise throughout the day. So
yeah, so like for my job, I'm basically standing all the time. Like this specifically the location I work at, like I'm a front desk associate, but I do a lot of cleaning too. Make sure the gym is like nice and clean. We don't have a dedicated cleaning crew, so basically each of our staff members have to perform certain like cleaning task, right? Clean every section of the gym, like ellipticals, bikes, rowers, treadmills, like free weights, Smith machines, all that stuff, right? And of course you have the locker rooms as well, right? which is going to be delegated to people who do closings and stuff like that, opening or closing shifts. But yeah, yeah. So I do a lot of moving around, and I burn a lot of calories because I'm always moving. I'm always walking around, and even though I'm a front desk associate, there's no chairs. Like we're always standing. So yeah. So I burn a lot of calories throughout the day, and it keeps me active. So basically, my job is my cardio, and then whenever I have time, basically like Monday to Friday, I'm working. I burn a lot of calories because my job, um, it forces me to be active, and then on the weekends is basically when I work out. So speaking of workout, I actually do have to do another set of shoulders after this, but yeah, I digress. Yeah, just gotta be active, guys.
Gen Z is not
Move
moving
around
as
enough, we
much
burn
as
enough
previous
calories too.
generations. Now, this has been a known fact over
Put
the
yourself
past
in a
few
calorie
years.
deficit.
The pandemic really didn't help this
And lose
cause
weight.
either, where people were stuck at home for months or even several years. And if Gen Z is having to be trapped in suburbia, as we know, it doesn't have good walking infrastructure, then they're really not going to get that many steps in the day, in essence. The lack of walkable zones or cycling zones has been a constant struggle for so many Americans, and unfortunately, it's hurting Gen Z the most here. So where does this leave us? Well, I think it's unfortunately going to contribute to the overall health crisis in the country. On top of that, meals that don't really have a lot of nutritional value but are just so appealing to Gen Z. I think in the
So
long
palatable,
run, this is
so
gonna
delicious.
create a lot of problems in the future. Gen Z is still pretty healthy right now, but what happens 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years from now?
Let's go back to what he said there.
But what happens 10, 20, 30 is still pretty healthy right now.
He said still pretty healthy right now. Yeah, I beg to differ. I highly doubt that. Yeah, most kids that I'm seeing, or even people like you said, Gen Zers, right? So like basically like mid to late Gen Zers that I see are pretty unhealthy. Pretty unhealthy. As I said, I work at a gym, so I see people of all ages, sizes, right? So yeah, or even outside the gym, like if I go anywhere, which I don't usually, yeah, I see pretty much most of them are overweight to obese. So around my age group, so or a little younger. So I don't think so. That Gen Zers are fairly healthy now.
But what happens 10, 20, 30, or even 40 years?
Not compared to Gen Xers and millennials.
Years from now, eventually your body's gonna pay the tax. But I want to hear what you guys think. What do you guys think of these high calorie foods like crumble or canes? Is it something that you enjoy eating, or you kind of think it's a...
You guys sent to the Shadow Realm, that's what. But anyways, yeah, so I think we're gonna conclude the stream here. Guys, we're almost 2 hours into the stream, and as I said, I'm gonna do that workout as I mentioned. It's gonna burn some calories too. Anyways, so these are the videos that we got left here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, it says 13 videos. But yeah, each one longer than the others. So this one is starting off 18 minutes and 42 seconds. This one's a crazy title though. 9-year-old girl eats 10,000 calories a day. I thought that was shocking, so I obviously added that to the list. Most unhealthy foods in the world. Pretty much any food could be unhealthy if you add something onto it or eat too much of it, right? But yeah, these are... I can't wait to react to these because they're pretty entertaining. So especially people like Joe Bartolozzi and Will Tennyson. Oh yeah, Strawberry Park is really good for content too. So we're gonna be reacting to that next, but I'm gonna leave that for tomorrow. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the experience along with me. And hopefully tomorrow my friend will actually react to it. I don't know what happened to him, but it kind of just disappeared, like during the beginning of the stream. So, and that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one, as in tomorrow. See you then. Take care, everyone.